gentlemen, welcome to
F-U-N-K.
Funk the World.
Folk.
The world.
All right.
The best in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gamble and Huff proudly presents...
I got them jingling and jangling, jingling and jangling, shinging and jangling. I got them jingling and jangling, jingling and jangling, shinging and jangling. I got them jingling and jangling, jingling and jangling, shinging and jangling. I got them jingling and jangling. Funk with it. Funk. Funk with it. Funk. Funk. I got them jingling and jangling, jingling and jangling, shinging and jangling. I got them jingling and jangling, jingling and jangling, shinging and jangling. I got them jingling and jangling, jingling and jangling, shinging and jangling. I got them jingling and jangling, 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 jangling. Funk with it. I got them jingling and jangling, jingling and jangling, shinging and jangling. I got them jingling and jangling, jingling and jangling, shinging and jangling. Funk with it. I got them jingling and jangling, jingling and jangling, shinging and jangling. I got them jingling and jangling, 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 jangling. Funk with it. Funk. Funk with it. Funk with it. Rewind it back, just listen to the track. Funk. Rewind it back, just listen to the track. Funk. Rewind it back, just listen to the track. 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 Funk. I got them jingling and jangling, jingling and jangling, shinging and jangling. I got them jingling and jangling, jingling and jangling, shinging and jangling. I got them jingling and jangling, jingling and jangling, shinging and jangling. I got them jingling and jangling, 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 jangling. Funk. Funk with it.
Let's hop into some things. Let's hop into some things and check some stuff out. Good morning, everybody.
Funk.
Good morning.
Funk.
Oh, I need to clean all this stuff up. Well, no time like the present, right? Yeah, we can go back in time. Some of the stuff I was looking for yesterday. This did not set a lower low, as we can all see. It did not set a lower low. Still love with that. Just leave that on there. Seems a somewhat unrealistic target for that at this point. I'm going to adjust that. And let's get some of this other stuff off of here. Okay. I think I'm going to be happy with a retest of this area. Yeah, probably to aim for a target like that. Let's take a look at some local structure here. Top up to the 15. Did we form a 15-minute low? Yeah. Yeah, we did. So yeah, orb, right? Like essentially, is that what orb is? Yeah, close enough for me. Close enough for me. This? What is... Yeah, like this needs to get out of the way. It is super in the way. Get out of here. Yeah, get out of here. Sucker. Yeah. Literally, that's the only long I will have on Bitcoin today. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Cool. Let's get an alert on this. Watch it just scream all the way up here and smoke that high, and it never comes back for a retest, and you know, that's life. That's the life. Okay, yeah, so good morning, Luke. Good morning, Alexandria G. Good morning. I don't know. Let's go over XRP. As usual, you guys got something you want to look at, let me know. So we did manage to fill... we did not SFP. We did manage to retest supply and fill that whole inefficiency. Flip some structure up, some structure. Ciao. Well, gosh, is it even gonna come back? Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. It's probably not coming back, man. Probably not coming back. That's alright. That's alright. Yeah, I don't see a short within a mile of us. I mean, like, yeah, the only all-time high short? Question mark? I can tell you, if we just approach it in a manner like this, it's not going to make me want to short it at all. No, this is going to want to make me see if we could... Where's the little pencil thing? If we crack the all-time high with a big sort of initiation like this coming into it, I think one of two things: either A, that leads to a very significant initiation above the all-time high, yeah, like way up here, or we get a bit above it and then we stall in range, and that's the only situation I would look for a short, like some manner of a think Bart Simpson, think bearish PO3 kind of thing. I think that's the only, in the event that we approach it like this, that is the only circumstance in which I could even attempt. And what's up, Colin Crypto and Kulat? I'm testing some higher music levels today with some side chain compression on the, so when I like talk, it like turns down. Let me know if it's too obnoxious. Let me know. Do we have anything else interesting? Do we have anything else interesting? Hey, whatever happened to SBET? Whatever happened to SBET? What is this thing? Really, bro? Ugh. Embarrassing. Can't believe you'd embarrass me like this. Yeah, what do you guys want to look at? Like Bitcoin, I have an alert at 120, 792, and given the amount of bullish volume in this candle, I am not hopeful for a retest. So that really means that I have nothing to trade for. Yeah. This chart is just going to remain to be boring. It will remain. It could cream up and hit a level I would be interested in, which is really at this point probably the only the all-time high, and there's not a damn thing I'll be able to do about it. So all boring over here. All boring over here. Anybody else seen a chart more interesting than this? What's up with the ETH chart? What's up with that thing? Let's go pick up some other stuff. Okay. Oh, look at you go, man. Look at you go. Fine, whatever, don't get on the damn wick. Yeah, likely not to find too much locally interesting on this. Actually. Oh, God. Oh, God. God, everything's just over pushing on Bitcoin, huh? Just sold 2 ETH. Good for you, dude. Them things sold. Them things sold. Yeah, see, this just seems to want to continue to push. I think ETH looks a lot like a long here. Gosh, better divergence between these two would make me feel more comfortable about this. But I mean, like, that's your lower mitigation of this prior range right here. I don't like that. I don't know. Seems pretty stretched out for me to want along. I mean, obviously this trend could hold, in which case this low should hold. In which case this zone here should challenge this high here. But I don't know. I personally hate ETH, and I don't think that's for me. I don't think that's for me, man. What about Doge, dude? What's you doing? What you doing, Doge? Well, let's get some stuff cleaned up here.
Everybody ready? All massive in a fractal forest.
Good morning, Sniper's Nightmare, JRMO, and Daniel Muckin, D'Angelo, The Dusty Hunt, Zion 2016, Paul Hindenburg, and Ace Crypto. Good morning, people. What happened? Alex just dumped? Oh, Alex just dumped his stream over here. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, you guys let me know if there's anything you want to look at, because I'm essentially, yeah, I mean, you know, the problem case I have is, yeah, I don't have any market exposure in Bitcoin here, and I'm not so convinced it's going to come back to the scene of the crime for a retest. So, yeah, I mean, just put it this way, as I was saying earlier to everybody else, there's no near area of involvement for me in Bitcoin. This chart will be pure boring for me to stare at. So anything else would be better to look at than this, in my opinion. Yeah, we can look at IO. That's a thing. IO, they call it IO. I'm just kind of playing around with Doge here. But we'll just go take a look at IO. It's fine by me. Do they leverage trade this thing? USDT.pay. Let's hope there's some history on the Bybit chart. It's not something I'm... I mean, here's my gut instinct right when I come to this chart is that it's still going to take out this low. That is kind of my initial sort of worry, but we'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Because you purge your internal low and then switch your market structure on the daily time frame back to bullish with a retest and now in a daily bullish engulfing candle. So that stuff doesn't look like completely hateful right here. Do we have supply here? I think we do. I don't know if it's really strong though. No, I think your more significant resistance is up here. Starting at whatever that is, 77 cents. But like locally, this just doesn't give a lot to play with, in my opinion. Does not give a whole lot to play with. To me, if you start taking out 15-minute market structure here, you're likely to fill that entire gap. And, you know, maybe find some stopping power down here. That's what I would start to anticipate if we saw, you know, bearish breakdown of this. Yeah, I would start to anticipate that gap to be filled and maybe support to be found down in that area. So that'd be the bearish problems. So I guess the bullish variety is that structure does not break, right? The structure holds, in which case we have put in an initiation here, creating demand in this area. I just think it doesn't really serve you a whole lot more once you get down to the lower time frames. I mean, like, yeah, you have a little bit more down in here. Let's think about this for a second. So it comes up, takes this high off, hits this little piece of supply right here, comes down, takes the low off. But you see, it didn't return at this point to take the high back off. So rolling down still. After a purge of this low, dude, what is, are we internet? Are we interneting? Can I draw? Can I use a highlighter? No. Can we use a trend line? Nope. Can't do any of those things. Let's speed test our internet connection. Let's do that. And again, yeah, I'm playing around with some higher audio levels on the music today. If I am driving anybody crazy, let me know. Let me know. I can make some adjustments. Well, we are attempting to finish OI, whatever IO, whatever this thing is, but will it, we're going to reload the chart. We're going to reload the chart, and we're going to hope for the best. Nope, that's not it. What was it? IO? USDT.P? Is that the thing? Bybit? Hey, 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 hey. Look, all my drawings magically appeared. That's cool. That's cool. Now we can, just in time for me to delete them. Okay, now. All right, so we'd shave that high off. We shave this low off. If bullish though, to me, after a purge of this, we should have rechallenged this high up here. I suppose that might be what we're doing. All the way up, just to come all the way back down right to the. Oh, this doesn't look. This doesn't look locally bullish. You lose some manner of structure here. We can check time frame. Not 15. 10-minute structure. So you lose 10-minute structure here. As you come down into demand, you had to lose 10-minute structure to get here, creating supply on top, right? And then, you know, so far we, on the re-interaction with supply, wick down, up, wick down, new lows both times. It sure gives me the impression that supply is in control on this currently and not demand. I don't see demand in control on this right now. So yeah, I would expect lower. I mean, like, but again, like, how much lower could we go, right? Say we get down to 68.54. If we can start seeing some structural transition here, that would be great. But the complication for that for me is this is the very next high, right? So what kind of structure are we going to even develop between this high and a potential interaction with this? Maybe like 1 minute structure. And if that flips bullishly, I can't aim for anything more than this. Like, I just don't see there being a lot of structure down in here. See there being a ton of stuff that even could flip. But I'm still, like, I want these areas because we had already identified that this 15-minute low right here, if lost, could lead us all the way back down to an area like that on the chart. So if higher high, like we're in the zone, it's just the response inside of the zone so far has been lackluster. Lackluster, in my opinion. Lackluster. You know, if you can get up out of here, maybe break this, trade this. That would make me feel a lot better. Target something like this. Let's back this off. I don't think this is, if this is going to work, it's going to work here, lower low. Yeah. We don't need it. We don't need it in the way over here. Yeah, so that's kind of a tricky one. If you can break up out of here and get some manner of back test into here, there might be a leg up to this high right here. That seems fair. What is this line up here? Oh, 50 that's the equilibrium of. Actually, our new range is here, so yeah, we're already kind of at equilibrium, huh? I don't know, man. Like, that's that looks like this looks like the type of scalp that I just have to hold its hands the entire time. I'm not so sure I love that one. Let's see here. What else we got? What else we got in the chat? Is there hope for neon? I don't know. Let's take a look. What the hell's neon? Let's just check this chart. Not a lot of it. There's just not a lot of it. I'm not saying that there's no hope. I'm just saying there's not a lot of hope. I mean, if something magic is going to happen, I would suggest it's pretty close to where we're at. There was obviously, now I know this was like a long time ago, it's back in like 2023, right? But there was a lot of interest in the asset at this value. Having said that, I can't say that there are people that are still interested in the asset, but they were before. So essentially you have like, you kind of have you're starting to like kind of range out down here, right? You hit that first and, you know, price responds pretty aggressively to this demand, you know, 141%, but is not able to change its downwards structure, the structure that flows down that got you here. It wasn't able to change that structure even after 100% move. You were never able to change your downward structure. Right, that downward structure remains intact. So like that's concerning. But we come down, we hit this same low again. Let's go ahead and put a label on this thing, right? We come down and we hit the same low again, but we don't really break it, do we? You know what I mean? Like you wick below it before ever coming below this again. Price then tries to run up another 40% or whatever. So if there's something magical to happen on this, I mean, it's kind of in this area. You're stuck in this bottoming range between, you know, 22 cents and nothing, 0.8316. And you're clearly in the discount of the range, right? Like undebatably within the discount of this range. And so like if there was something magical to be had, yeah, I would suggest it's within this for a rotation up towards premium. Yeah, I mean, my absolute favorite level on the whole chart is still 83.16, right? Maybe one more sweep on this for, you know, some signs of accumulation down here. If this was the third tap of an accumulation model, this price action would not have stopped here. It would have continued north. So I think that still leaves room for another purge of the low. But like, I mean, you know, you're not going to, I don't know anything about this project, right? Or whatever this is, this asset. I know nothing about this at all whatsoever. All I do know is that, you can't ask to buy it any cheaper than this. And I couldn't recommend, personally for me, just for me, I couldn't recommend, I think with bearish daily market structure and returning near to, I don't know, probably the beginning value of the asset, under daily bearish market structure, I just wouldn't, it just doesn't excite me. If you could get even 4-hour market structure back on your side, that would seem a lot more interesting. Yeah, I mean, like currently down here on the 4, yeah, just soon the ass fall off this thing. Let's get that line out of the way. We don't need that line. What is it? Go away. You're dead to me. I mean, I think it is going to trade up from here. but I honestly don't think it's going to surpass this high. If it does, it'll be like an SFP, and then I think it's going to turn around and start aiming for this low, and then this low. That's where I would want. That's where this is, to me, this is the interesting spot. That's what I think about Neon. I'm not really in love with this. I'm not really in love with this. The 4 hour kind of looked like it wanted to turn up though. The length of that wick, essentially a retest of that 4 hour candle. It kind of looks like it wants to turn up on the 4 hour, in my opinion, but there's nothing. There's very little hope for it. You asked if there's any hope for it. I don't think there's a lot of hope for it. To be honest with you, because I like you. I don't think there's a lot of hope for it. But I think there's some hope for it, right? Here's another way I would consider it. You know, if you looked at like the total chart or the total 2 chart or 3 chart, probably even, you see a lot of up and to the right. And so like if we get some bullish froth in the market in the coming months or so, you may see owners of this attempt to offload it, like attempt to bring it up and offload their positions as the rest of the market is coming up. But I just, as it stands right now, like, I don't know, like I almost don't really see it breaking this 22 cents area. I don't really see it breaking that. I think you're kind of stuck underneath this for a long time to come, like a long time. That's my personal opinion on that. Good morning, Tom Lee. Oh my God, so many names. Did I get everybody? Ace Crypto, Jeff Carlson, Coma, Nonstop, thank you. Ficure, Danielle. We know we got Danielle, Muckin, Daniel Dean, Tom Lee, Colin Crypto. Jeez, so many names. Jesus Savez. Yeah, we'll do some music is indeed very distracting going up and down. Okay, fair enough. See, that's what this. See, this is what I like. I like the feedback because this is fixable, right? Now, let's see. What were we doing? We had a couple things we had to hit before moving on to XRP, and I think one of them was SEI. Am I crazy? Didn't somebody talk about SEI in the chat? Was it really? Oh, yeah, but we have LTC and AVAX ahead of us still. LTC and AVAX. Let's do those. Okay. Well, this all looks really good. Let's just delete all of this noise down here. Let's get rid of some of this other stuff. All right, so I mean, it seems pretty logical that we're gonna take out these highs over here. That seems pretty logical. That low is exactly where it should have been. That low is exactly where it should have been. That low is exactly where it should have been. I don't really have any problems, in my opinion, until this. And that's what we want. All right, so you've definitely put in some manner of an initiation above 129. So, you know, do we initiate and then mitigate and then continue? That's what we hope for, right? I don't like the angle of these lows here. Don't care for it at all. But you know, we've got solid 8-hour structure to work with on this. So, you know, I mean, things do not go bearish until 118. Yeah, I mean, I think it's wise to look for some kind of retest to this range. Oh God, that drives me crazy how that happens. Let me check to the 15. Gosh, that's almost what I was afraid of. So it's tough. It's in a tough situation right now. I know this entire area from here. Well, let me get something like this whole area from here to here represents demand for me, right? I would say the most attractive part of it is still down in this lower area. Yeah, still to me, it's down in this lower area. The rest of it looks a bit like a fair value gap. So you lose your 8-hour market structure here if you start closing like 8-hour candle bodies down below that line, and things kind of start to fall apart at that moment. And so, looking at premium to discount, obviously, this guy rests down in discount. But the tricky thing for me is like, okay, so if range, boom, come on, work with me. If range and initiation and looking for mitigation for continuation, well, you have to lose 15-minute structure to mitigate down inside of this range. And that, to me, is concerning, because that would start to look like you put in a top up here. Boom, boom, boom. That would start to look like you put in a top up here. And I don't like the look of that, right? I don't like the look of that. Like, in other words, I think that the better thing, here's the better way to say this. If you lost 15-minute structure here, I really feel like the short is better than this long is. And that's really due to those lows there. Yeah, I almost feel like this is the trade you'd rather be in than this one. Yeah, I feel like this would be the more interesting one than this one, because I feel like, yeah, I kind of feel like this is going to go down below that. Then that breaks 8-hour market structure, though. I don't know. I think, yeah, the most interesting zone on the chart for me is well, I mean, I have them labeled whatever. It's this zone in here. The low at 115, I think is still fairly attractive, and outside of that, you got a potential short coming on your 15-minute market structure to fill this gap. And that short doesn't really come in until you lose the 128 level. And as far as like continuing to trade long on this, I don't know, man. It'll probably work. I just think it's a little risky. It will probably work. I just think it's a bit risky. And you failed to close below the low. This low created this high. Upon a re-interaction of it, you failed to break it. So up we go? Quite possibly, yeah. That would seem logical. I wonder if you could look for a short up there. First of all, is there anything over to the left? Nah, nothing really. I don't know. I guess shorting LTC right now actually kind of sounds like a pretty dumb idea now that I say it out loud. So I think I'll pass on that. Boy, I mucked that up, huh? Yeah, it seems like it just wants up. Seems like it just wants up. Like a rotation from here back to here. That's what that seems like to me. So I suppose, you know, how would you... yeah, risk reward is okay-ish. You really don't have any structure on your side. You have an SFP of the low. All I have is this failure to close below the low, but I don't know. I can see an idea like this working. It's not really my cup of tea, but I kind of knew coming into the charts today that I wasn't going to find my cup of tea. I kind of had a feeling it just wasn't going to be present today. AVEX. Sub of the VEX. I think we had an idea on this last week or something, didn't we? Oh yeah, that one down there. Yeah, we had this idea down here. All right, let's get rid of all this shit. I mean, upwards internal structure only. We did range, initiate, mitigate, and continue. Okay, so it was like that 2-hour order block right here that got us some temporary stop for the mitigation. And then we had about a 2-hour order block here that we set our higher low off of. It's a pretty rough positioning, man. I think you got to be really aggressive on this. Essentially, I would say let's go down to the 30 or so. You know, your structure from the interaction down here, flipped bullishly here. Let's go ahead and mark this. Yeah. Okay, what am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say is if this is the initiation above this high, then I just don't see the mitigation for continuation yet. Right? Because you really, to me, didn't break the high here. Not so much there either. If anything, this was the break of the high. I don't, yeah, I don't know. It's in a pretty premium setting. Like I can see that we essentially we're here, right? We have on your local structure, we have initiated here, and I would say that this is probably mitigation of that for higher. But man, I don't know. This to me has too much lower side exposure on it. I just don't see. It just makes me uncomfortable to look at. I think price is ultimately going up there. Nope, higher than that. Why is that line on my chart? Can you go where you belong, please? Thank you. Right? Like I see, here's my general problem. I see this before any loss of this. But I think there's just too much risk to the downside here. It just looks a little too overextended. This gap right here, this inefficiency has not been filled. Sketches me out here. Sketches me out here. I mean, having said that, you know, the closer I get on structure, the more I just think this thing continues to go up. You know, we worked through that demand, but you didn't. Here's another way to look at it. You did not break the structure of that leg of price either. Right? Not a break. That's an SFP. Price still has a weak high above it. I mean, like, yeah, I can force you. Yeah, now here's one that's more interesting. Yeah, that to me is still more interesting. I almost feel like this is still more interesting. Because locally here, even though I see the SFP of this low from the range that brought us up out of here, I don't have a structure in here is weird. Structure in here is weird. You peeled liquidity before running the lows. You're still internal to here, and it's just weird in here. But all upwards structure, like all of it is holding. All of it is holding. I don't even think this is lost. Yeah, it hasn't even lost 5-minute structure since it put in that low. And this morning it's saying, no, I'm going to hold the 5 still. I'm still going to hold the 5. So, yeah, up would seem logical. I just don't, again, I just don't think I like the overall positioning on it. I can be a picky little business. Okay, then we're gonna do Trump, and then we're gonna do SEI. Is there a short I want on this? Is there a long that I want on this that isn't this long? Probably down here. I mean, I feel like the path to this high is either right here and we're on it, or it's here. I feel like that's the path to that high. Yep. So I don't really have too much more to say on that. And then what were we gonna do? We were doing Trump. Trumps. What are we doing, Trump? I mean, not so bad. It's just a range. We hit the high. I would have felt better if we came back for that low, but we came back for a decent low. I haven't really changed this downwards structure yet, though. But I think it wants to try it. So, wait. Let's go to the 15. What's up on the 15? Yeah, it looks pretty similar to a lot of other things that we looked at this morning. It's attempting to hold its 15-minute structure right now. It has a gap underneath it. Things definitely look pretty poor after a loss of this low, right? Am I right about that, or am I right about that? Let's see. It's still only a 30-minute structure. And actually, your 30-minute structure's here. It's close. Actually, that's 30. That's a 30-minute top up there that's trying to hold. I still think that this area is probably the better one. At least that gets you back down into a more discounted setting. But it might just run. What is Bitcoin doing? Yeah, it's still. Bitcoin, please. Can I see some Bitcoin, please? Bruv, what is going on with my internet? No, this tab's dead. Cool. Bitcoin, come back to me. Come back to me. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. It's just gonna keep running. I had a feeling about that. sense. Yeah, I think I just stick to this zone. It's the one I feel much better about anyway. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Ace Crypto is asking, well, if this is a bunch of stuff you don't like, what do you like? I haven't really run across a chart yet today that I'm in love with. Let's kill that tab. It's not working anyway. Yeah, I haven't really come across one that I'm in love with today. Nope. Still looking for it, man. Still looking for it. So maybe it's SEI, OKB. Seen that one on yeah, well, that'll be an interesting one to look at. Let's go take a look at SEI and see what's happening on this thing. Okay. So again, nice initiation. Where mitigation for continuation. I like this area. You have to break too much structure to get to this lower stuff. Guess how many charts I've posted today? Should be an easy guess. Let's see here. Yeah, I'd say yeah. That's where I'm at on SEI. Yeah, and stick with that. Yeah. I guess you don't have to break 4-hour structure to get down here, but you're gonna break like 15 to 30-minute structure to get down there, and then you're gonna want 15 to 30-minute structure back on your side. Yeah. Sticking with this for now. What was after that? OKB? I don't even know if we've ever charted OKB. Did we ever do this thing? What would we have done it on? Well, I'd first looked for a Bybit perpetual chart. And we wouldn't have found that. Okay. Well, whatever. Let's just do, choose this OKX chart. Let's go, internet. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. No? Okay. It's fine. Just give me a goddamn chart. Yeah. I would suggest that this 10-minute order block here props you up, or you recover the whole gap. I don't know if I don't know if there's gonna be a ton of risk to reward on the trade though. Because like obviously this has got to be a uber volatile range, right? Yeah, yeah, that's just ridiculously volatile range. So like it's hard to sheesh. Sheesh. Let me put it this way. I'd want 9901. I'd like to see 9901 touched. Or 104, what is this? 102.64 SFP'd. I just don't know if there's a lot of risk to reward here. I mean, it's like, yeah, cool that that's 50% up from a theoretical entry, right? But it's really only a 3-hour trade. And that's like, you still have the possibility of back testing the prior swing high. Yeah, I just don't see the risk to reward on it. I think it looks pretty sketchy up here, man. I think it looks pretty sketchy up here. But yeah, this is absolutely all I have for you on OKB. I definitely do not have anything else. Let's move over to XRP. Dude, I slept really good last night, and I just don't feel like it. XRP is currently in the place to be, but it's under kind of bearish market structure. Let's see here. What kind of structure are we dealing with there? Not 4-hour structure. It's not 3. Let's just call it 1. About 1-hour structure here, and you SFP'd the high. So like this is caution sign number 1. Are you going to lose 15 here, or are we going to hold demand? I don't know. Now this, I will say, this might be the more interesting of all the charts I've seen. Why can't Bitcoin be doing this right now? What is Bitcoin isn't doing this, is it? Yeah, no, not really. It's really not. So the SFP, is there any reason to really worry about that? No, I think you might be looking along on this, man. Let's look more locally here. Okay, so flush the books. Fill the new orders. I don't like how structure presents between this high and this low so far. I like it better than a lot of the other charts. I mean, like, I like it better than a lot of the other charts. I do. I don't look at this and go like, wow, that's an A+ setup right there. I'm not over here opening up my exchange window on the side. But I do like it better than a lot of the other charts. I think for it to turn into a much better setup, it needs to take the low again. Then it would turn into a far better setup. God, that is a pretty good fill of this inefficiency, though. I like this a lot better. Can't say I like it enough to trade it, but I like it a lot better. I also still like this area down here. Mm-hmm. All right, since Luke said it, I'm going to post it. Yeah, because I like that one much better. Do we have anything else that was really worth posting? No, I don't know if we have yet. Hey, bro. Yeah, now we... Okay, let's post this one. Yeah, get down there, bro. Get down there. I still have my alert here from this morning. Yes, sir. And then pull that low again on XRP, improve that overall. Yeah. Come on, buddy. Come on. I believe in you. I now officially believe in you. You can do this. You can do this. All right, what else do we have? What else do we have? Plume? The U.S. government mentioned it. I don't think you want anything to do with it, but we'll go take a look at it. How do we do this? What the fuck's the dollar sign? Can we just do this? It's interesting here. I think currently, I would be interested in this area. Unless... for whatever reason we were to initiate above here, then I would be looking for just a retest of that prior area there. But only if we can initiate here. What the hell will we target? I don't think we would target any more than this. What am I doing? Too many fucking tabs open. Probably not the best image I just posted that. Let's do that again. What are we doing on time? Not hateful. Okay, Plume. All right, check. Did Plume. Oh, Ray. Yep, sorry, Tomali. Thanks for reminding me. I missed it, homie. Let's take a look at it on Binance. Okay, that's good. That's not so great. No shit, huh? You know, I like this area better on the 4 hour. Bruv. Myself crazy sometimes. It's another one of those where we have an initiation and we lack a mitigation. It's like, I feel like that alert should have triggered by now. Okay, all right. Where were we, Ray? My basic trouble right here is I don't care for this initiation. This does not look strong to me yet. It does not look like a strong initiation. I do really like the low, the swing low down here. I do really like that. That's nice. That one's nice. So yeah, back to this local auction here. Yeah, I don't know. To me that just lacks a confident initiation and is in premium. So I want it back down in this area here. Can we substantiate any really good looking demand down there? I would take those 2 bearish candles right there. That's the one I would want on it. I don't know if I have no idea. Like, it almost seems like it's a bit much to ask. Like, it's not going to give it to you. But you know, I said that about Bitcoin this morning too, and it's looking to cooperate here. So, I meant to be more prepared for this than I am. I sure did. Just trying to calculate position size. And all right. I managed to sneak an entry in here. Still have a bit of a gap below us here. But nonetheless, the area I was interested in, so. To me, this was the logical area to retest for a higher high. A big-ish stop loss. Volume could be a lot better here. I mean, because like we didn't really hit anything significant, did we? I mean, we nipped this tiny little order block that sat just below that high, but I don't think that looks like the type of thing that is going to break our 30-minute structure. Nope, I don't think it looks like that at all. They playing mad games, huh? They playing mad games with their heart, Alex? So rude of them. Do we have anything else? Do we have anything else? I feel like we still have some high caps we haven't touched yet. What's Soul up to? Really, bro? I don't think there's anything. No, I don't like that nearly as much as the Bitcoin chart. Let's go take a look at total for a second, unless you guys have something else. Dude, Tia, what have you done with your life? Still not impressed. Tal, have you done anything impressive with your life? Kinda. Total. Oh man, we like this. We like this. Kiss ya. I'll kiss ya. I'll kiss ya. NQ dumpy, huh? Is NQ doing the dumpy sauce? Let's look at NQ. It's fair. It's fair. Kind of lost its like sort of 15-30 minute-ish structure. Where's it going? Yeah, you're right, bro. That's probably coming down for its mitigation. Of course he's right, though. Alex Crypto, of course he's right. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Bit of a volume divergence. I would think if NQ could clear this thing at 2373, whatever the hell that is, you could, I think you could start aiming back at that high. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. It is interesting. That is interesting. I think I'm going to take an alert on the low. I think I'm going to take an alert on this side too. I think I'd like to get another alert down here on Bitcoin. I just want to be notified if we start creeping back down towards entry. BRB in just a couple minutes. All right. Filecoin? Yeah, let's take a look at Filecoin. So 5 million years later after this SFP, it finally hits its target. Only took it 399 days to do it. So we know that the all-time low has been swept. We're just working inside of this range. Bullish flip of daily structure. Remitigation of demand. Let's get to the 4. Yeah, I think that high is a reasonable expectation. Yeah, I feel like that's a reasonable expectation. But it's going to require a pretty significant initiation above 330. A significant one. And I honestly don't know if it's ever going to trade past $4, 34 cents, 33 cents, whatever. I would not expect anything more than that. And obviously it's going to require an initiation. I don't think you should have to lose 244 before that happens. So I think you could look at this as like one of two ways. You could say, actually, we need to target the range high first. You're still in discount relative to this high. This one. So this would be like, yeah, potential spot idea. But outside of looking at it as discount between, you know, the discount of between here, you could see if you could get back down into, what would it be? I heard a jingle bell. Okay. I heard the jingle bells. Not a particularly good reason to be back down there already. Not a particularly good reason. But we were doing Filecoin, right? Yeah. My other thought would be, can you be back down in the discount of this range? Say down into this section of price here. Man, I gotta say, I'm just not in love with the chart positioning today. No, we had a high above that, right? Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Wife's doing much better. I can't say like 100% better, but much better. Yeah, yeah. That's still to me the better. Yeah, that's just the better spot. Yeah, yeah, and I think it's honestly kind of uninteresting. I just don't. Yeah. And it could be one of those. You ever had a day where you look at charts a bunch and you're just like, dude, it's just I'm not feeling it, and then yeah, I don't know. It just happens to me sometimes. It just happens to me. Um, uh, what are we doing? I'm like kind of out of time. Probably overtime. Definitely overtime. Um, Definitely over time. And why don't you just take that low again, Bitcoin? Let's do that. Or not, or you can just go to Valhalla from here. It's one chart I want to look at real quick, and then I'm out of here. Is it this one? No. Guess it wasn't. It was on this chart. Don't mind me. Really? Okay. All right. Just thinking about stuff and things. Yeah, guys, I don't think I have anything else for us. I really don't. I really don't. Bro, you didn't hit my alert. Why do you do this to me all the time? IO. Seems like IO is going down. Didn't we look at that? Oh, that was the alert that got hit. Because I didn't go to the log. All right. Buddy, I'm going to need you to just hold your buckaroos off of this divergence and clear this high. Okay, buddy Bo? All right, buddy? Can we do that? No? Can we not do that? Asshole. Oh yeah, IO. So I wanted to look at that again. IO. If only I could remember what we actually charted it on. On this. Maybe we didn't look at this one. Oh yeah. Yeah, we did. Yeah. Yeah, she continues to climb down. Outside of this low right here, I would just anticipate, outside of that low SFPing, I would just anticipate this. All right, well, you took the low. Now you can actually give me better structure. Oh, I can't shit on the party, huh? Mario's an odd move today, man. Odd move. Well, cheers, y'all. I'm gonna head out after we take a peek at ETH. Is there anything interesting on ETH? I don't recall there being interesting things on ETH. I don't think it'd be an interesting short on ETH. Maybe I'll even trade it. Put an alert there. See if we can really wipe that low out and break it. And I'd like to trade it all the way down to here. Risk reward is kind of shitty. It'd be nice to refine that. What would be the equivalent on Bitcoin? No, I don't want the 3-hour chart. That guy. Guys, I gotta go. And gals, I gotta go. I'm way over time. Oh, daily candles on ETH? I'll just expand that stop loss, move this down here. That's all. I mean, like, yeah, it's all the daily really tells me. Yep. All right. I am beyond time. Of course, I would come back after a couple days off to take the L, right? I mean, it would seem at this point that an L may be in store. Not all hope is lost, but you know, doesn't look particularly good, does it? And that, my friends, is life. This is it. This is it. This is the one. This is the trade. It's gonna take me out of the game. It's gonna put me in retirement. You guys have a good one. I'll catch you in another day, probably tomorrow, right? I'm gonna go do some work. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe out there. It's bizarre, man. I just kind of felt like when I woke up this morning, I was like, some really odd positioning on these charts, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Try and take, I mean, to me, the probability was still in my favor for a 15-minute structure to hold here. So I don't hate myself at all for this. Yeah, volume generally diverging. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. It is fine. And hopefully it will become profitable. Adios, amigos.